Okay, and we're good.
I really want one of. I now want one of your. I want you to make like a werewolf that we don't know is a werewolf, and then when we're fighting him and we're about to kill him, he goes, "This isn't even my final form," and turns into a werewolf.
Oh, don't give me ideas, man.
That would be hilarious.
Oh goodness.
This isn't even my final form.
You think this is? You think I'm but a mere man?
Oh my.
Oh goodness.
Now only magic weapons can kill me. Suckwing casts magic weapon on his weapon. Damn you!
Okay. Well, it's gonna be a short one because it's like, yeah, but you know,
it doesn't have to be. I mean, you could stay up an hour longer than you're used to.
I get up early on Sundays.
So do I.
It's not only for church. I work at my church, so it's like, yeah. But
You're one of those people working on Sundays. It's the Lord's Day, man. You're not supposed to work on Sundays. It's in the Bible.
Oh, my goodness.
Please don't die before we do this.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. Ben Rue would have to come in and DM your own campaign. It's your campaign and.
Okay. Alright then. So we talked about it a little bit already, but we left off where, you just got to New Hedge, and basically you fell asleep in the tavern there, and some assassins came, and you dealt with them very promptly and quickly, not having anything bad happen to any of your party members, which was good. Questioned them for a little bit, sent them on their way to whatever they, whatever the guard wanted to do with them, and one of you took one of the recently, one of the assassins' body back to the room with you. So that's what we left off.
Necrophilia is against the law, even in this world.
Oh my!
Oh my gosh.
That's probably what NAF thinks or something.
Oh gosh. But yeah, that's where we left off, and it just basically you fell back asleep, or stayed up after meditating for 4 hours. That's where we left off. And you'll be waking up in the city of New Hedge again. So
I just have a dead body in my room? Is that what's going on?
Well, essentially, yes.
I just took it back to my room and then went to bed. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll leave this here for the morning.
No, you're sleeping with it like in your bed, so like if someone comes in, they think you just scored.
Oh my god.
We're spooning.
Oh. No. No. Just no. Okay, so what are you gonna do now?
I'm gonna stop spooning with the dead body. I'm gonna wake up.
Sounds good to me.
Oh heavens, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. What were we even supposed to be doing? We're supposed to be.
There was a thing for.
We're going to see the Metallic Dragon.
Metallic Dragon near Maryville, and
that's right.
With Richard, his mission around that area.
No, we're doing that after the Metallic Dragon.
Are we going to go visit the Liberators at some point too for Arian's assassin people?
We don't know where they are.
You know the general area where they are, but it wasn't discussed about you going to them or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was more like, oh hey, this thing's over there.
We can do it after the Metallic Dragon.
There's plenty of things to do.
Yeah.
I guess we'll go to Hearthfire because I don't see any use staying here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go wake up Eliza.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna have a nice general conversation with the symbiote and say, look, man, I want you to know that I really respect you, but don't ever try to take over my body again because you kind of leave us open when you do that. I'm pretty sure I know how to wield my sword better than you do.
He goes, I wasn't trying to wield your sword. I was trying to help you.
I know, but you kind of put the shield down for a second, might be open for attack. That kind of sucks. Don't do that, ever. Next time, just tell me, what you want me to do. And if it's tactically, if it's a tactical advantage to do so, then I'll do it.
He goes, sure.
Okay.
I'll inform you.
Gotcha.
Alright, so, Onvok, you go in, and you go to the door that Eliza is sleeping in. You knock on the door. Doesn't seem to be any answer.
Alright, well, I'll let her sleep and go eat food first then.
Okay. Go downstairs. The bartender's still there from last time, thanking you again for helping out and everything like that. You order your food and drink, sit down, eat. Anything else?
No, I had an out-of-character question, though.
Okay.
I was trying to add the 2 AC that the ring gives me to my armor class, but it doesn't let me add it anywhere.
You could put it under miscellaneous.
See, I'm trying to do that, but it says I can't select that.
Or you could put it, if it doesn't add it there, try natural armor. Or if you, no. In the shield, in the equipment, the shield tab, for shield, you could put the ring in there. Since you don't have a shield on, and you just put an AC in it too.
Oh, gotcha.
So it'll do it that way too.
Got you. Grazie.
You're welcome. Or, I don't know the proper term for that language to say you're welcome. But yeah, that should work.
So, at dinner, just nonchalantly, I'm gonna...
Well, this is breakfast.
Okay, I'm in that breakfast.
Yeah, gotcha.
Sorry. Okay, so at breakfast, just nonchalantly, while I'm next to Satori, I'm gonna go, man, there's something in your hair, and then, pretend to pick out the gold jeweled ring, and I'm gonna show it to her, and I go, this is a pretty shitty way to propose, isn't it?
What the crap?
You see her, her face, give a odd look to you as you're sort of like, what is it, you're reaching towards her, she sort of backs up a little bit, and it's like, what are you doing to, I have something in my hand, and you say that, she's like, oh, she busts up laughing, and she says, to be honest, yeah, it's nothing like I thought it would.
In the adventuring business, I can't exactly get us a nice candlelit dinner and, sit down and ask. So I figured, just pull it out of her hair. Better than her ass during sex.
I'm all tired and stuff. You couldn't wait till I'm feeling better?
Absolutely not.
Fine. She laughs.
And, plant one right on her lips.
Okay. Gotcha.
Nice.
Okay, everyone finishes up, talking, laughing, all that good stuff. Onvog, you notice that Eliza hasn't come down from her room at all?
Okay, I'll buy her some breakfast and head up and try to give it to her.
Okay. You get breakfast, which all right now is on the house for you because of what you did already for the tavern. The bartender gives you a plate of food. You head up. You're standing at the door right there.
I'll knock on the door.
No response again.
Okay, I'll call out, Eliza, are you in there?
You wait for 20 seconds, still nothing.
Okay.
Would I have seen him go there?
Yeah, you would have seen him grab the food and head up.
Well,
okay, so after...
What's her friend's name that's in her room? The little bugbear or whatever?
The little bugbear.
The little bugbear.
Whatever, big bugbear.
No, when you went to bed, Narok was seen in there at times. You don't know if he's still in there or if he went to another room or not, or if he's not downstairs, but you don't know if he's in that room or not.
I'll call out for Narok too then. Narok, are you in there?
Okay. You see that a door from behind you opens, with the other, Na is in there. It seems like he moved out and gave her her own room for the night. Narok opens up and goes, yeah.
Narok, have you seen Eliza this morning?
No, no. I just woke up from you yelling. Better get some food, too. He closes the door and starts walking.
Around this time, I want, Sarquin, because Sarquin would have been like, okay, wait, I have to do something. And Sarquin's going to go up to Odavok and go, what are you trying to do?
Okay, you walk up the stairs. Narok is walking, is in between everybody right now as he sees you. As he gives a wave and to you as he starts walking past you, and you pass him, and you come up to Onavok.
Okay, so what are you trying to do? Trying to wake her up?
No, she hasn't responded to either of my calls for breakfast, so I'm gonna see if she's all right.
Let me try. No, let me try first. I hold my hand up and I knock really, really loud, really hard, and go and yell at her, and I go, "Hey, I know this is kind of weird to say through the door, but I found this really phallic-shaped object when I was going through your stuff last night."
Oh my gosh. There's...
I have the worst look on my face right now.
I imagine.
Absolute horror.
Okay, so, you mentioned this.
Sarquin, ducks out of the way. The door's starting to open, he's ducking out of the way so she only sees on the bar.
Okay, you say this and step back, in hopes that it'll swing open. It does not swing open. There's no response from inside of the room.
Yep, I'm cracking open the door and I'm gonna peek in.
Okay, you grab the door, turn it, it's locked.
Piss, do I have lock-picking skills?
Yeah, there is one.
Okay.
Is it called lock-picking?
I think it's something
No,
like
it's
that.
not.
Okay,
No, it's not called lock-picking. Tumble? No, not tumble.
Not
it would be, I'm pretty sure, wouldn't it be, I think a lot of times people use dungeoneering or something, maybe?
Or escape artist?
Disable device.
Yeah, it'd be
one.
It'd be that
Disable.
one.
Yeah.
Alright,
Escape
I
artist
will...
too, maybe? I don't know.
Because that one's a
Wait.
dex-based.
I don't have any spells for this, do I? I don't think so. Destroy metal.
You could destroy the lock, sure. I mean,
if you want to damage the property of the tavern,
I do have ones. I do have a few spells. Hold on.
Okay, while he's thinking, Sarquin is gonna try to he's gonna try to pick the lock.
Okay.
With the disable device.
All right.
Oh, okay.
15.
Sweet.
15? Okay.
Oh shoot, I was gonna do something.
Onavok, what were you gonna do?
So I have a spell called Arcane Eye, and basically I can use it and send it through a hole as big as 1 inch, and I can basically look inside of her room without being in it.
Oh, okay. If you wanted to do that, sure. While Sarquin is trying to open it up, you can do that. It'd be like a simultaneous sort of thing.
Is casting time how long it takes to cast something?
Yeah.
Just kidding, I'm not going to do that.
Is it like a minute?
It's like 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, you'd be sitting there way longer than what it would take for him to unlock it.
Did he unlock it? That's the real question.
Yeah, it takes a little while, but because he's not really really good at general disabling of things.
Hey, he was gonna kick down the door until he was like, I'm gonna have to pay for the door if I do that.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit, but eventually you do hear a as you think it's like that. I think you got it. After maybe
and then I
45 seconds or so.
Open the door and push Onavok through it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Okay.
and then I'm gonna leave back downstairs.
Okay, so you push him in, and so you just immediately push them through and head back like immediately?
Yeah, just nonchalantly go down the stairs with a smirk on my
I'm
face.
so confused by Sarquin's his weird actions.
Okay.
He has ADHD. It's not his fault.
He's like, oh, squirrel.
Alright, so you push Onavok through. As soon as you push him through, like you get it, like you don't push him hard or anything. It's like he ends up like hitting the door a little bit, but it creaks open a little bit, and you just walked off like immediately afterwards and go back downstairs. Onavok, you're a little confused about why he pushed you. But,
yeah.
You look in and you start to open up the door a little bit more. As you open up the door, you see immediately that there is Eliza in the bed. She is awake, looking, basically staring up at the ceiling. You see her body shaking, and you're a little bit, wait, what? But then because that's like the only thing you see. It's like, ooh, Eliza, hey. But you see as you look around a little bit more. Go ahead and make a spot check.
Oh, fun. These are
the
important spot checks.
Oh, the ones that you're gonna miss, and like win.
You can't just say that because then I'm going to miss.
Hey.
Okay, so
that was almost the 6th. Oh, that's
okay. So you look around the room, and it's not that hard to see, fortunately.
Even with your terrible eyesight.
Even with the terrible eyesight, you look around the room and you see that the bed.
For a split second, you try to see if she's naked, but then you're like, oh wait, no, something's wrong.
Oh my gosh. So you look around the room and you see that there's on the bed and on each of the walls and the floor, there's this odd coloring to it. As you look a little bit closer, like rubbing your eyes from the morning sleep, you see that it's red. A dark red. Everywhere. On the bed.
I'm really just gonna yell, Sarquin!
Okay.
Sarquin goes, and then rushes back up thinking that he's in trouble and that
okay.
he's yelling because he's mad at him.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna... Does it look like she's having a seizure?
She's visibly shaking, but not any... It's like what you witnessed beforehand, like as you were walking next to her that one time, where she was like shaking. It's just worse than that. Voice crack.
Oh, the time I asked,
so when I get in the room, do I see what he's seeing and like her in the bed with a bunch of blood?
Yes, you look and see the same thing.
Okay.
Okay, so
Sarquin,
he senses.
You make a spot as well.
Okay.
I'd like to go up to her and examine her medically.
Okay.
That's a weird way to say that, but yeah.
I wish to examine her body in a medical fashion.
I want to touch her.
Okay, Sarquin, you take in the surroundings, you see that off in the corner, there's more red than anywhere else. You see that there's a slumped figure in the corner, and you see that even the ceiling has red on it as well.
I'm gonna go to the slump figure and sword drawn just in case it turns into like some beastie that I have to slay.
Okay. Onavok, you said you were going over to the bed?
Yeah, to see what's wrong with her, because I don't actually know what's wrong with her.
Door.
Okay.
I am shutting the door again.
Okay,
just so people don't come in and see all the blood.
Yeah, you shut the door.
Holy crap, we're gonna have a fee.
Okay,
no, guys, we just say we spilt a lot of wine, and then we get the mops. It's gonna be fine.
I mean, you already got the mops earlier, so it's more like I think we missed a spot or something like that.
Yeah, I think we missed a spot. It was dark.
Yeah, that'd be easy. Okay, so you go over to the slumped figure over in the corner. Onavok, you go up to her. You see that. You look at her. You wave your hand in front of her face. She is almost like her eyes are glazed, not glazed over, but she's intently shaking, focusing, looking up at the ceiling right above her bed. Not saying anything, just shaking.
Okay. So is there like any way for me to know what it is that's wrong with her? Or to try
Yeah, I mean, what are you looking for?
Sorry.
Just like her state of mind, or her?
I'm looking for something that has to do. Well, this would have to be something I would know, but something relating to her vampirism.
Oh, okay. I'd say
Possibly.
go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Okay.
Because there's not really a certain skill for what you're trying to ask for. So.
Okay.
And oh yeah, it has something to do with it. Not in the sense of it's affecting her, but it's based around her heritage. That this whole situation is, and you're thinking, okay, so something's going on with at least part of her history here.
I'm gonna look back to Sakura and I go, dude, just get her out of the fucking room.
Okay, and Sark, when you go over to the body, you look. You just quickly glancing at it, or what are you doing?
Oh no! Like after I tell him that, I'm like gonna get close to it, inspect it, see if it's got like a bite mark on its neck to see like a vampire had gotten into it or something. Stuff like that.
Okay, gotcha. So you look at it. You see that it's sort of like propped up, and not like propped up, but like it's laying on its side against the wall. So it's like it's not like face down or face up. It's like on its side, and you see that there is. It seems to be. You're not too sure. It's just a whole mess. Like what it seems to be either like a human or half elf, one of those. You're not too sure, but you see that on one side of the neck there is there's a giant like gap missing, and it seems like it's like a row of teeth and a giant jaw that just sort of ripped it out. You also see that there is just abdomen is completely, it's just destroyed. You see that there's also like a spike or something of that nature embedded in the chest. And as you sort of look and you move and like sort of look at it some more, your footsteps sort of shake the body a little bit, and the head just goes poof, off on the ground like it was ripped off earlier.
I'm gonna look back at her, and does she have like blood around her mouth?
No.
Okay.
I'm
just gonna kind of blurt out and go, this looks like a warning. Nice.
Okay, Circle, we can deal with that later. Let's get her to the doctor. How about that?
I go, why the doctor? She's just freaking out. Get her into a different room. Get her some water. Have someone calm her down.
You're assuming that it's anxiety, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with vampirism. But I don't know anyone that would know anything about vampirism.
Trust me, if you go somewhere and tell them that, oh hey, our friend's half vampire, they're probably going to try to stake her. So, let's not do that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna just go over to the body and just like nonchalantly, like I don't even care, rip the stake out.
Okay, just whoosh, easy.
Yep. I'm gonna kind of wipe it off.
Okay.
You see, you as you wipe it off, you see that it's actually made of wood and it's sharpened at the end.
I figured.
Oh my word.
Okay, so I'm gonna first I'm gonna look and see if there's any like defining marks on it.
No, seems just to be a piece of wood.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that in my pack.
Okay. Onovok, what are you doing right now?
Well,
you still see her staring intently at the ceiling.
Okay, I'm gonna pick her up and move her to a different room.
Okay. You pick her up.
At least get her out of the blood-filled room.
Okay.
As soon as he goes, I'm gonna try to help him do that, and I'm gonna move her into mine because that was right next to hers.
Okay. As you sort of both pick her up and start to move her, you see that actually her head still is fixated on the ceiling right above her bed as you're moving.
Okay, I'm looking at the ceiling.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up. I guess we didn't do that, did we?
You did not. You see that
super lame DM trying to give away like 50 hints, and we're like, oh, what's the body over here?
Well,
well, I figured we would have looked up to where she was looking as soon as we came into the room. That's why I didn't directly say it.
Well, that was more. It was more like a general. If you could notice that, because it's on the ceiling and it's sort of not something you automatically look for. The 14 that you got was like, oh, there's a thing over there on the side, but this was a little bit higher DC than 14. So, or if you got the hints that I was dropping, wouldn't have been too bad.
That an incredibly afraid woman is staring at the ceiling. I thought she was having like a stroke or a seizure.
Okay, so as you're moving and you see that the eyes are still fixated in that one spot, you sort of, both of you stop for a second and just both at the same time just turn your head over, and from the...
I like to imagine we look at each other and then we both do it slowly like it's a horror movie.
Exactly. So you look at it, and from your position you're away from the bed, so it's like off to the side. You can't really read it, so you're going to have to move and sort of get into position, like look up.
Okay, I'm gonna position her.
Is it writing?
I'm gonna take her and I'm gonna say, you look at it, I'm stronger than you, I can hold her better.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
I'm gonna take her from you and say, you go look at it, so we don't both have to go over there, and I'm gonna like move her a bit away from it.
Is it writing?
It seems to be writing, but you can't tell what it is because it's sort of askew from your position. You're gonna have to move back to the bed and look up from her viewpoint. You're like
okay, fine. I'll lay down on the bed.
Okay. You didn't have to do that, but okay, you just go poof right in the bed.
Into the blood.
Yeah, it's just...
Oh, that's alright.
It's just a mess.
That's alright, he was spooning with a corpse earlier.
I'm all about those dead things, you know.
Ew, that's too much information, man.
Or
I think I know why he wanted a vampire.
Or half dead, wink. Oh heavens. Okay. I'm laying on the bed now.
Okay.
Is it... Wait, what is this for me? What is this?
It's written in red, scratched, and like sort of, almost like it was like, quickly put on.
Wait.
And you see that from your position, it's dripping down and hitting the bed, and that's why you think that the blood got there.
Okay.
Okay, what's it say?
It says, "Sing for Daddy."
Oh, we're gonna kill a motherfucker. I love these days.
But here's the thing. Her father was killed by a vampire. But the vampire is the monster. Maybe it's the monster? Or maybe it's...
As you say that, Sarquin, you feel that Eliza starts to shake even more. And just...
I go, dude, shut up. We're not gonna talk about that.
You see that, tears are streaming down her face. That's this entire time. It's been a constant thing.
Oh God, she's having PTSD flashbacks. We gotta get her
right
quick.
I'll help you move her. Let's go.
Okay, we get her there, and I'm gonna leave Onavok with her because, you know, despite what he just said, he's the best one. And I'm gonna close my door, and I'm gonna go back downstairs and just gingerly walk over to the bar guy and go, so, what should we do?
A little cherry soda.
So I go, and it's like, really, like, he's not really phased at all. It's more of a, I think you're gonna be freaked out by this attitude. But he's like, so, what should we do if, I don't know, a monster in the night came with the, you know, assassins and kind of left a huge mess in one of our friends' room, along with a chewed up body? Like... Um,
you see the
do you have more mops?
you
Please?
see the face of the bartender go like from originally just a happy sort of like, oh, what can I do for you sort of thing, into this sort of like the joy gets sucked from his face, just staring at you without breaking eye contact. He reaches down, pulls up a mop, and just hands it to you.
I go, do you have,
He's just
Barrett,
like,
can you get a few, Barrett, can you get a few buckets of water?
He
We
reaches
spilled
down.
some wine.
He
We
reaches down.
spilled some wine.
He reaches down and pulls out 1, 2, 3 buckets of really big water, pushes them towards you, and just is like,
Okay.
just
I go, never
say,
mind, Barrett, we got it.
say no more, please.
Totally. And then I
He
go
literally,
back
we
to the
can't come
room.
back here, Sarquin. We can't come back here.
I go back to the room with
Okay.
the mop and buckets.
Okay, I'm
and
gonna-
start cleaning.
It'll take you a
gonna
long
wait.
time. It'll take you like hours to get that clean.
I'm gonna bring Arian with me.
Oh yeah, Arian
Like,
just
force
like
him to come.
Arian's like, ugh, goodness. Okay, let's get this done. And you go.
No, I'm not even. I'm gonna tell him that we spilled some wine first. That way, he's completely taken off guard when we enter the room.
Yeah, he walks in. He's like,
Like I said, a lot of wine,
It's an
right?
odd color for wine. I wouldn't want
Yeah,
to be
it's really
drinking
dark
this.
red.
Then he starts.
So we're
to
gonna
clean.
shut the door and get.
Yeah, you shut the door, start cleaning.
Alright, I will lay next to Eliza, because yeah.
Oh, you're being a creeper right now.
I'm being a creeper, sure. I'm being a creeper, that's what I'm doing.
Essentially, there's
You're taking
no
advantage of her
physical.
while she's.
There's no physical or verbal response from her right now. It's still. She hasn't come out of this state yet.
That's fine. I'm gonna wait to see, like, if she's, until she stops, like, or, like, shakes less.
After about like 10 minutes or so, her shaking becomes really minimal, but she hasn't moved and she's still just blinking, staring up at the ceiling.
Alright, I'm gonna ask her, Eliza, who did that?
Pretty obvious.
I have to be sure, Sarko.
Go ahead and make a diplomacy check.
Okey-doke, artichoke.
Man, I should make these diplomacy checks because, you know, Sarkman's always, like, critting on diplomacy.
Kind of really. And the bluff.
I'm not great at them.
There's no response from her.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna put the food next to her, just
Okay.
in case she decides to eat, that I had before. Assuming it's not covered in blood.
No, you would have been pretty careful not to get anything on it.
Okay. And... who else is in our party that's with us?
I like to imagine Satoria came up to see what me and Arian were doing, and then just saw all the body and all the blood and went, "Oh God!"
Pretty much. After like the first hour, she's just like, "What is going on?" She goes up and she just opens the door. Like,
Yeah, we spilled a lot of red wine. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm gonna like wave her in here to help.
She's like, I'll be downstairs, and she just walks off.
So I'm gonna
I
tell
even
Barrett.
proposed today.
She's like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
know,
sure.
but I'm not doing that.
I didn't
Clean up your
expect
own
you to.
mess
It
of
was just,
wine.
I didn't make this mess.
He's trying so hard.
You gotta believe me, babe.
He's like, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Boys.
So after like a couple hours, Sarkwan, you, Arian, and some other people who came in to, like Satori was like, what's taking so long? They help you in a little bit, and after a few hours, you get it looking pretty clean. Just the sheets are still covered, but you folded those up and things, but it's looking decent. You know, the walls are different colors in places, like it's darker in some places, but it doesn't look like it was.
Yeah, something tells me we're not exactly going to be welcome here anymore.
Oh my gosh.
3 dead bodies,
So-
4 and 1 bloody room.
Oh
So
my
I'm
gosh.
gonna go back down after we clean up everything, and I go, okay, sorry man, mess with red wine, I'll clean up. And I go, but there's a lot of bottles, so do you have like a sack we could put the bottles in? There's like a lot of bottles, man.
Oh my gosh.
Can you make it like a body-sized sack?
If it's not big enough.
He goes, how many bottles are we talking about? he then goes in the back. He pulls out 2 sacks. One of them is about the size of like a satchel. He's like, this or and he pulls out one that looks much bigger. One that looks like something that raw meat for like cooking would be put into or something like that. He was like, which one?
Starkwing goes, well,
He's like, based on that, he throws the small one back in the back and just shoves it like to your chest, and the bigger one, he's like, take it. Don't say anything else, please.
Can I have another?
I look at it and I go, thank you, and I rush back upstairs.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Onavok, what are you doing? Because at this point, it's been a couple hours. The shaking has subsided. You're thinking that she's at least calm at this point. Still not really talking or anything. But
Okay. I'm just gonna ask, Eliza, how are you? Ooh,
make another diplomacy check.
I suck at these two. Alright.
I mean,
Alright, here we go.
she's just not gonna
Roll
talk to you
life
right
then.
now, but
Roll of a life.
Oh, these, don't you?
oh,
Use it for that, I guess.
yeah. So after about 30 seconds, you're thinking it's like, oh, she's not gonna talk to me at all. Then okay, fine. But just as you're about to, just drop it, you hear her go,
Hold me.
no. She's just like, I probably should have seen this coming. Still not looking at you, but she seems to be communicating now.
She said I probably should have seen this coming.
Yeah.
Man, you asked all the wrong questions.
I know.
I like to imagine in a room over, you hear like banging, and Sarkman go, "Don't drop it! Damn it!"
You hear just a dull and like you hear something rolling across the ground.
Oh, you knew exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Dropping.
Yeah. You're just this like and just like cursing from the other side, just like
Eliza, was it him?
oh yeah, it was. No doubt about it.
Who was that body?
I have no clue. Probably someone he just found. Thought it looked like my father or something. I have no clue.
Eliza, we're gonna protect you, you know that?
I want to believe that. I really do want to believe that.
Listen. From now on, I'm gonna keep Nightshade with you. Nightshade does not sleep, so he'll be with you the entire time, okay?
I mean, if you want to do that, sure.
Yeah, absolutely. We will protect you, and I promise we're gonna kill this guy.
I just don't want to get my hopes up. That's all.
I'm gonna say, Sarquin, come in here real quick.
You hear another thump.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. You hear another thump and go. You hear oh my
thank
foot.
God, and then I leave. I leave the room and shut the door and go.
You hear Arian was like, "Ah, my foot! Really?"
Wait, did you come in, Sarquin?
Yeah, I come in and I go, okay.
Sarquin.
So all the bottles are in the bag now.
Okay, that sounds good. Sarquin.
Oh my goodness.
Do you think? No, not even that question. Would you
try to ask the right question here? Come on.
Ask the right question.
You can do it.
You can do it.
I'm trying to. The phrasing.
Phrasing is everything.
Phrasing is everything. If you knew where this guy was, would you go after him with us?
Yeah, sounds like fun.
See, this is why I called Sarquin in, because I knew he'd be super cocky and like, heck yeah, let's go kill him.
I go, oh, that wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. There was a serial killer back in the City of Leaves.
Okay, Sarquin,
It's like, boy, let me tell you, I have stories.
It's like, Sarquin, she's in shock right now. Let's not do this.
I have 42 years in the city guard. I got stories to tell.
This entire house was coated in blood. No.
Oh, have you ever seen the movie Predator? It was like that with more gore.
So, what's a predator?
What's a predator? Eliza, I have to tell you something.
She just slowly nods.
So
So,
he's not. Like he's gonna propose.
Oh
shut up, Sarquin. That would be a terrible time. First time in the world.
Even worse than, at breakfast out of nowhere.
Seriously.
Hey, it was the best time. It made her laugh.
Oh my gosh.
She wasn't expecting it at all.
Your relationship is different. So, I had a dream. And do you remember when I told you about that dream about Cirrus that I had?
Sarquin, it's like, should I leave? I don't think I want to hear about this dream.
Yes, you do want to hear about this, Sarquin. Because I actually haven't told your character. Out of character, I haven't told your character.
You haven't told anybody in character yet.
No, I haven't told anybody. So only Sarquin and Eliza are in this room right now, but I'm going to say to her, Eliza, Cirrus told me that he would answer one question that I had. And I asked him where he was.
She goes, what? Why would you do something like that? As you actually see
now we have the location.
You see now that her head turns towards you for the first time, like the first real bit of movement that she's had, and is looking at you right now.
Sarquin's gonna go silent for a minute, and before he can say anything else, he's gonna go, "We're going to see a dragon, right? I think it's time. Yeah, I think we could get some knowledge from that dragon. This would be a nice time. I mean, come on. If we get a dragon on our side, or get a dragon to teach us some stuff, yeah, we could go after that guy."
I wanted to know because we can kill him. And I want to kill him.
She goes, "How can you be so sure? How can you be so confident in yourself?"
Rip his heart out, pop his head off. I mean, anything that bleeds can die. Even gods can die. It's just harder.
I've been locked in a cave my entire life. And if I don't take a risk and do something with my life now, I'm not going to learn or do anything with my entire life. Neither is Sarquin here. He was trapped in the guard for his entire life.
Yeah, not my entire life. I was trapped in the city for my entire life,
that's
but
true.
in the guard for 42 years, and that was pretty boring. Past a few bandit attacks on the outer cities.
Eliza, we're just... Yeah, me and Sarquin, we're just two dudes with nothing to lose.
Okay.
So we want to kill him.
I always wanted to kill. I always wanted to kill a vampire, and if a vampire killing vampire is on the list, I mean, come on, that's a really cool boss fight.
You say that. Let's bring some fire.
As you say that you two have nothing else to lose, Eliza lays there for a second. She goes, huh. I guess I'm the same way. Well, now that is. Hadn't thought about it like that before. And at this point, she sits up and just sits on the edge of the bed, just staring off into the room. And after a couple seconds, she gets up. So, you really want to do this?
Yeah, well, let's kill him. Let's avenge your father.
Apart, immediately stops him talking. We are going to see the dragon first. This has been on our agenda. We keep getting turned around. We are going to see the dragon first.
And, Eliza, it's also not a bad idea to see the dragon, because if the dragon does turn out to be an ally, having a dragon fight an undead vampire wouldn't be such an uneven battle.
Well, you got that right. Okay, I'm not comfortable with it, but if there's a chance that...
I'm just saying that the Grey Rock royalty are all pretty religious. If we tell them that there's a vampire out there, whew, they might lend some aid.
That's true.
She goes, right, okay. Just, I want to be in there with everyone. Because if I just stay in the back, I feel it will... I just want to... You see that she's stumbling over her words a lot, but you get the idea that she wants to be in the middle of battle with this vampire. And she's just basically asking you for permission, like, the both of you, like, if it's okay.
Hell yeah, let's all die horribly together.
And we'll give you whatever you think you need to fight him.
You're just like, I already have everything I need, I think.
You say
that's wrong. Yeah, we are going. Yes,
oh,
we can get.
Oh, yeah, the dragon.
We can get. We need the dragon, and then we go to the dwarves and get fire enchantments on all our shit.
Oh my gosh. She goes, that sounds like a plan.
A very expensive plan, but once we go to the dragon, I'm sure he'll see our way.
Sounds
sure
good.
a confident one, aren't you?
Arrogance, confidence.
I can see why you and Arian get along so well.
Sarquin immediately, like, his smile fades and goes, oh, damn.
As your smile fades, you see that she cracks a little bit of a smile. Just an ever so faint one, based on the circumstances.
I'm just gonna look at her and go, I told you, special little flower.
Her smile.
Oh, and
her smile.
by the way,
is a little bit bigger.
Oh, by the way, Odavok, the candlelit dinner you set up for you and her might have to wait a little bit.
She's like, what?
Ignore him.
You didn't know he was going to ask you. Oh, sorry.
Ignore him, please.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm ruining all of your plans.
Okay, at that point,
Can I
she's
do
like,
bluff check?
yeah, go ahead.
Awesome.
Do a what check?
He's gonna
A
do a
bluff
bluff
check.
check.
Oh,
And
heavens.
you can try to counter that with your own charisma.
That's not... Well, that actually might
With
work.
yeah, just charisma for
Oh,
you.
yeah, just do a charisma. You'll do fine. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She
Oh,
sees through
yeah.
my bullshit.
Yeah, she sees through it completely. As it's just like, okay, I'm gonna go downstairs and give myself a drink. As she just.
By the way, just saying, if you want to go where everyone else is, they're probably still in that room trying to move the bottles.
She's like, I don't want to get my hands cut or anything like that. I don't want blood from the bottles getting on me.
Blood from the bottle.
You know, I mean, getting cut from the bottles and blood all over my hands after bleeding. I don't want that. Okay, so I'm just gonna go downstairs.
Okay.
As she just
Okay,
sort
yeah,
of
sure.
opens the door and closes it and walks off.
Sarquin looks at her and goes, "That went well."
You have a strange way of well, my friend.
Ah, come on, we're not dead yet, are we?
Well,
And hey, you're one step closer to, I don't know, doing something with her.
oh my...
By the way, where is that body you carried off?
That would be in my room.
Were you? And then Sarquin walks out.
Okay.
Were you...
Okay. All right. So everyone has by this time completed their meals. Everything is cleaned up. The people who were left with the bottles in the other room have picked up the bottles and have proceeded to basically take them outside. Everything
Burn
is...
the bottles.
It's like,
my
that's
gosh.
weird. There's no clinking.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Don't
it's
forget,
padded.
we're burying
We-
the bottles at back.
My goodness. Yeah, so that happens. What else does everyone want to do right now? You're still in the tavern. It's getting closer to midday, but what do you want to do?
I'm gonna look real quick at everything I have in my inventory to see if there's anything I want to sell before we ship off. And Onavok, are you gonna try to do anything with that body, or did you just pick that up to spoon with it for a night?
Honestly, I'll take the bag from the body that you buried out back, and I'll take that bag and just put the body in that bag.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay.
So you buried the other body, but I'll take the bag of
Well,
it.
it wasn't
And then-
Sarquin didn't do it. It was Arian and other people who
okay.
got the bag back. Went and you found them. It's like, hey, I need that for my own bottles. And you took it upstairs, and yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. What do I want to do? So you're in the main area of the tavern right now, and I want both of you to make a spot check.
Oh gosh,
Gotcha.
there's so many things happening. We've got assassins, vampires, and people trying to kill us left and right.
Assassins, vampires, and bears. Oh,
Oh
my.
my.
Why? This is D&D, folks.
D&D in a nutshell.
This is
In
the
fact,
D&D.
I'd probably want to take the bears over
Okay.
the assassins or vampires. 12.
Okay. So at this time of day, it's not too busy in the tavern. A lot of people have been out at work. Sarquin, you're basically sitting down waiting for everybody to be ready, and you're basically talking with whoever's with you, mainly Satoria, joking with her, talking and stuff. You glance around, you see that some people walk in, you see an elvish-looking man walk in, pretty fine robes, and you see him get angry at the bartender and then storm out. Like you see
An
that as
elven
well.
man?
Yeah, an elven man. You don't recognize him at all. Seems like he's not from the
Okay.
City of Leaves, but he's a well-dressed individual.
Okay,
like-
I don't care then.
Okay.
Seems like a pompous asshole to me.
You see him just get angry with the bartender after talking for a little bit, and then storm out. You see that he's like, has jewels all over his fingers and is like, pretty nice robes. Onvak, you see that as well. You see that this man, long hair, really pointed nose, blonde, long hair, just storm out. You're just like, okay, what? But as you're seeing this happen, you notice in the back there's a familiar-looking figure, a figure that's in cloaks and robes, all dark, can't see any features, just sitting there, staring, but you can't see its face.
Heavens, I think we met this guy before.
It's just staring in your general direction.
So, are you telling me that, or?
Sarquin, I don't even know if you were here for this, but I'm saying this to you in character. I don't know if you were here for this, but does that seem like the guy who was there the first time who was staring at us?
I don't think I was there for that, but let's go over and talk to him. No, we have to go to the dragon. We're going to the dragon. I'm grabbing a mark.
One track mind.
Yes.
We are going to get distracted if we talk to him. Do we want to talk to him?
We do not want to talk to him.
I thought you were there when he talked to us, but maybe not.
I was in the chat of the stream.
Well, for the first time, but I think he was also there at, I believe,
Old
Crest. Yeah, you did talk to him in Old Crest. Or at least a similar looking figure.
I'm pretty sure it was the exact moment we met you with the.
Oh yeah, we did. I remember.
Yeah, the same.
At that moment, you remembered like, oh wait, that could be the same person.
Evans. But the thing is, I don't remember what he said to us last time. Was he one of the guys that was like, "Oh, I know your future. I'm here just to watch to see what you'll do. It'll be interesting."
He never said he knew your future. He just said that you were interesting and wanted to watch you.
I'm gonna go up to him. I'm gonna sit down and I go, "Okay, are you a god?"
He's had enough.
What a Sarquin thing to say.
Yes.
Such a Sarquin thing to say.
Oh my goodness. You see that not moving, the figure, you hear the figure's voice go, he chuckles for a little bit, goes, if I was, what would make you think that I would be in a tavern?
You got bored with up there, you decided to come down here, figured out that, oh hey, there's this magical party running around that's actually going places. I think I'm going to follow them. So the god follows them to entertain himself, and he comes to a tavern just to start shit because they're all like, oh, what is this guy? And then he actually turns out to be a god, in the future, like 5 years in the future, we figure out that, oh my gosh, he was actually a god. And everyone is like, in awe, but I'm not going to be. I'm just going to be pissed.
He goes, what a interesting line of thinking you have. If I were a deity, as you suggest, who would I be?
Serious?
Do you have a purple shirt
No.
and brown pants on?
What did you say?
He goes, he just sighs.
I mean, hey, it was a question. You never want to see under your robe. Hey, for all I know, you might be a nudist, and, more power to you, buddy.
I do not know how to respond to that.
Have you ever had sex?
Sarquin, we're leaving.
At this moment, he's just like, is this what you lead with conversations?
I go, it is when I want to either annoy someone or prod them for information, and I'm not sure which I want to do with you.
I think it's the former.
Annoy them? Okay.
Annoy me, that is. That's where I think this conversation is going to go, but if you are so inclined to ask, no, I have not.
You're missing out.
I'm gonna walk up to him and be like, "So, do you have any information at all for us?"
Depends on if you ask the right questions and if I feel like I know the answer to them, or if I feel like giving you any information.
So I have to
So how
ask you the
angry
right
are the
question.
gods at me?
Wait, how angry?
Yeah, how angry are the gods at me?
Go ahead and make a religion check.
No, well, I'm asking him, but I'll also make a religion check.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can do both.
Okay, I'll do both.
Onavak, what were you gonna do?
20.
Oh heavens, I don't know.
Okay,
What did you get?
he got a 20. Not a natural, he got 20 to get altogether.
Okay.
So as you ask that, you're thinking, I think I made at least 1/3 of them angry at me. Like, at least 3 of them. And as you ask
Nice.
it, the individual says, I do not know the temperaments or what they think of individual people, so I have to ask them.
Do you
Okay.
wanna
What do
tell us
you-
what group you're a part of yet?
I thought I already did. I'm not part of any group.
So are you just some rich guy that likes to watch people? Because those are peepers.
Oh, believe me, I have no wealth to my name.
How do you feed yourself? Do you need to eat?
Well, I mean, yes, I do eat.
Then how
Do you have
do
any
you...
books on dragons?
Gosh, Sarquin.
He
You
says,
child in the group.
yeah. He goes. This individual goes. I do not carry any of those things on me.
What do you carry?
You don't want to see under
Oh my
his
gosh.
robe.
He just the individual just goes. I just carry these clothes that I'm wearing.
I have a question.
Go
What would
ahead.
you do if I like? What would you do if I like tried to pull up your hood and reveal your face?
I sincerely. Go ahead and try if you wish.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay.
Oh god.
Go ahead and make a.
Oh no. Oh no.
What would this be?
He's gonna be a demigod or something.
A dex check.
Yeah. I can't think of the thing, so do a dexterity check.
15.
As you go, you see that what almost looks like slow motion as his head just ever so slightly turns, and your hand just where you thought you were going to pull the hood back, just goes grabbing air
Okay.
as he just rights the head and goes, want to try again?
Oh yeah, and I do it again. 17.
17. Miss.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
You see here.
Yeah.
You hear. You persistent one. Would you like to try one more time?
20.
So this time, you actually you actually.
That is so funny. Let me just...
So this is what happens. The first 2 times you just go. The third time you just you go for similar to the first time, but at the last second you twist your hand and you grab fabric. You pull, but it's you start to see the hood start to pull up, but as soon as that happens, you don't see anything. It's just woof, and he just pulls right out and just woof, and he goes, nice job.
That's cheating.
Just like if you
Can I just say, Sarquin, I'm very impressed because not only are you the biggest smart A in this entire tavern, but I'm just proud of you.
I have. Okay. I'm sure I'm not the biggest smartass in this entire tavern. Probably.
Probably.
And then the individual goes, "So, if we're done playing around, is there anything you want to talk about? Or are you just going to leave me to my observing?"
What race are you?
I don't know if he's going to answer that.
I am not going to answer that.
What color are your eyes?
You will know if you ever get the chance to see them.
Do you have any advice for us?
Keep on doing what you're doing.
Okay.
So, as he says, keep on doing what you're doing, you reach out with your hand, but this time you see that the dark gloved hand just goes woof, and catches your hand in midair and pushes you back, and the finger just waves a little bit, goes,
You told me to.
He has fingers.
He does have fingers. He has 5 fingers. He seems humanoid, but you don't know. This figure
Can I
seems humanoid.
make a check to see if he sounds like Gollendor?
Sure. Go ahead and make a religion check.
Who's calling?
Well, I mean, I've heard his voice before, so
Okay,
wouldn't that be something easy?
Yeah, it would be easier than that. I mean, straight
Intelligence? Yeah.
Okay, well, straight intelligence, if I have it more, which is a +2 to a religion, which I'm going to check my religion first, just to see which one is higher.
Yeah, either one.
Well, they're both +2, so why not religion?
All right. You got no clue. You got no clue because Gollendor changed his voice as he changed figures, so you don't know if this. You have no clue.
I go, so you wouldn't happen to be in line with Gollendor, right?
This individual goes, "Well, I know of Gollendor. I know of what he believes in."
I met him. It was nice.
Good for you.
He's a nice guy.
So I've heard.
If you ever meet him, tell him to invite me out for drinks sometime. I would love. I'll pay too. Yeah.
You're quite the individual to be requesting drinking with deities, but...
What's a deity but just other than an uber powerful human?
Well, more than that, but I can see that, well, you'll figure it out soon enough.
Am I a god?
you hear a chuckle from the hooded figure. Just
yes, I got a chuckle. Something you may or may not know. You know, you're the almighty observer.
I do like that title.
Do you know where it is?
What was that again?
The pit.
The pit. Of course I do.
Yeah. Can you mark it on our map? And I bring out the map.
It wouldn't be too fun if I gave you that.
Yeah, what did you get to see us marching to our death?
I don't think you're ready for the pit yet.
We don't get to see us marching to our death.
What's the pit?
It's where we'll find that champion of Grandmosh guy.
Oh.
He goes, please don't worry about me giving you information about the pit. If you're headed where you're headed, you'll figure out where it is soon enough.
Oh, by the way, where do you fall in line with, I don't know, afterlife? You know? Well,
there obviously is one.
Yeah, I know that, but when you die and you don't follow God, am I gonna be is my soul gonna get torn apart and I'm gonna become part of Oblivion?
Well, I'm a bit unsure about that. No one in the past has really committed all the way throughout their entire life to that, so...
Man, then I'm gonna be the first. This is gonna be awesome.
Sarquin, what if that's how all the other gods became gods?
I'll become the god of not having a god. That'd be amazing.
that would be so weird.
That would be.
That'd be so contradictory.
Yeah.
But go
How does the hooded figure react to this?
You don't hear anything. You don't see any movement change.
So, are you a woman?
You see the figure just literally raise its hands up and just shrug and then put its hands back.
Wait, are you a dragon in human form? That would be so awesome.
Same thing. Shrugs, put its arms back.
Oh. So how powerful are you?
Says, do you truly wish to know, or are you just asking to ask?
I really want to know.
Let's just say powerful and put it at that.
That's not a proper scale, because a child could be considered powerful to other children.
I honestly don't see a problem with my answer, but
I'm just telling you, it's not proper scale. There's nothing to scale you with. You could say I'm powerful, but then I could also be as powerful as a blade of grass. That's not very powerful.
true, but well, if any of you were able to detect magical auras, you would actually know how powerful I am.
Hold on. I think I can do that. Hold on. Sarkhan's literally saying that.
Yeah.
I do. I used detect magic.
Okay. Immediately, it's a burst of magical energy emanating from this figure. It is more than you've ever experienced in your entire life.
Is it god level?
You would not know that.
Can I do an insight check or something?
Yeah, do like
knowledge.
either,
Could I do knowledge arcana?
Yeah, go ahead.
22.
This individual it's really powerful. You don't know if it's on the level of deities, or you don't know if this individual is just boosting itself up for this moment, or if it's just what it is. It's a bit ambiguous, but as of this moment, you think that this person is fairly powerful and could hold its own pretty easily with.
Sarkhan's gonna nod.
At least your group.
Go, yeah. Sarkhan's gonna nod, and then he's gonna go, "Oh, that's really cool. I'm gonna beat you in a fight one day."
I like your enthusiasm.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I live like 80 some odd more years. I'm gonna eventually beat you in a fight. 800 some odd. Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Luck? I don't need luck. We don't need legs where I'm going.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so I'm gonna get up and I go, okay, dragon time. I'm gonna grab Onavok.
Okay, Onavok, anything you want to say or ask before you get dragged off?
Not really.
As you're dragged off, he says, "Very nice seeing you again, and I am very, well, excited to see what you have to do in the future, and what you'll accomplish."
Thank you too.
As you walk off. Alright, so you're gonna...
See you later, Dad!
My gosh.
I say as I exit the place.
Oh my
and
goodness.
Everyone looks at him confused.
He gets a few stares, but... Alright, so everyone leaves then?
Wait,
right.
Can I do a check to see if he is my dad?
Yeah, I mean, go ahead and do a...
Can I check if he's my dad? Totally, dude, out of all the people.
A knowledge nobility?
Yeah, do that, I guess. I mean, I think that's the closest 15. One to family.
Is it my dad?
I mean, you've never seen your dad wear that sort of outfit, or cover his face like that, or his hands, or anything like that.
Oh God, I think it's my dad.
I mean, you're pretty sure it's not, but it's a bit hard to tell with the full covering of the face and everything, so.
Okay.
You're not my dad. Are you my dad?
Are you
Are you my dad? Are you my dad? Shit.
What?
Never mind. We're going into the metallic dragon's house now.
Okay. So as you walk out of the lethargic lounger, I believe that's what I called it.
Wonderful.
You see across the street that same elvish-looking individual just sort of that you saw storm out earlier, currently talking with another person, and then just sort of.
I wave at him and say in Elvish, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing out here? Why were you such an asshole back there?"
You hear the individual goes, "Excuse me," and he turns and just like, "What do you get off telling me that?" As he just sort of walks up, very hands out, sort of like presenting himself in a better
Fight
no,
me, bro.
No, not in a fight me, bro. Like
His arms out as he's coming towards me.
more like his arms are up, sort of gesturing and like fight me.
If his arm.
Fight me
if his
as
arms,
in fight me socially.
If his arms were like really out, I was gonna come up and embrace him in a hug.
Well, I mean, his arms are out, like gesturing and stuff, but it's not like a arms wide open sort of come brother sort of thing.
So are the arms even a little bit open?
A little bit, it is, but he's sort of he's gesturing to you with both arms as you see.
I go, "Oh, it's been so long since we've seen each other, brother," and I rush to him and hug him.
Okay, you rush and embrace him. Get off of me! And he tries to push you off.
As he's like pushing as hard as he can, I'm letting him go, so he like loses his footing and falls over.
Okay, you
Yes.
you see him like stumble backwards. And it's like, and he just sort of catches himself for a little bit. It's like, and he rights himself.
I go, I am Sarquin, brother of, what was my sister's name again? I forgot.
Malin.
Okay, Malin, brother of Malin, general of the army of the Evergreens.
And I thoroughly do not care. And
Oh my gosh, you're one of those guys who are going to be executed in the future.
execute. I don't even know who Malin is.
I know, I really don't care about you. You seem like a pompous asshole. Continue.
Good day to you too, sir.
I go, if you ever want to do a duel, I'd totally be down.
He just sort of.
Well, I see you're making friends.
Yeah, as I walk away, I'm going to go, oh man, we are already off to a great start. Making such good friends.
Let's get out of this town.
Yeah.
Okay, as you say that, you see that the individual is sort of finished up the conversation, just as like he walks by you, giving Sarquin stink eye. Just
Love you too.
He says nothing as he continues to walk. He just walks off.
Gosh, Sarquin.
Fuck his sister one time.
You did what?
Oh my gosh.
Can I see if there's any like reaction?
Do you say that loud enough for him to hear it?
Yeah, definitely.
You see that he raises up a hand, and a certain finger is portrayed.
Oh man.
As he just walks off. And then as he's almost out of the distance, he turns around, still that finger, and he just raises the other one.
I moon him.
Okay, so you just...
That is a very Sarquin thing to do.
It takes a little while for you to, unbuckle everything since you're wearing armor.
Yeah.
But, he stays there for like 2 minutes as you start to unbuckle.
Hold on. Is anyone behind Sarquin in our party?
It's basically... At this moment, all the party is there, just watching you just slowly unbuckle.
The entire party gets to see Sarquin's just bare shiny butt just in the wind.
I was thinking of having the symbiote attack through it, but I thought that was too weird.
What?
Oh my gosh.
And the symbiote's black too.
I know.
Oh my.
Oh,
my
that's
gosh.
creepy.
Okay,
That
so
looks so
you
bad.
you display your full moon.
And then I pull up. Okay, then. And I'm laughing. I'm laughing my ass off.
You're laughing as you pull up and buckle back up. You see that a guard was there, nearby. As
Don't worry.
Seems it's a halfling male. As he's just sort of like, what are you doing? As he grabs his blade and points it to him. He's like, what are you doing?
Dude, it was a
Leaving?
halfling.
And then I grab them and I start leaving.
Wait, what do you do?
I go leaving, and then I leave the town.
You're just like, I.
Dude, he was bright eyelight. He was eyesight with your butt too, because he's a halfling.
It was the best thing ever. We're never going back to this town, by the way.
We can't, dude.
Not only can we not stay at the inn, but I moved basically a guard.
Essentially,
Let's get out of here.
You didn't say who was around. You didn't be like, hey, who's around right now?
Yeah,
Like,
Sarkon
nah,
just
I'm
moved
just gonna nah.
Oh my heavens.
Did the guy at least look flustered?
A little bit, but as you buckled back up, he just sticks out the fingers even more. It just backs up, and then leaves.
I know where he wants to put it though, and that's nasty.
Well, no, that was after you buckled up. He just did it again.
Yeah.
I
I hope he's blushing too. He's gonna go home and have an amazing story to tell.
Oh my gosh. Okay, but after that, you all leave New Hedge. Oh my gosh. As you're walking by, you hear that some of the guards that are near the gates and stuff have been informed that someone has did an act of indecency in the middle of the street, and are currently on the lookout for an elvish man in armor.
Sarquin takes out his cloak and puts it on.
Okay. You
Does
see
anyone notice?
Go ahead and make a disguise check.
Okay.
I'd give you my ring, but you wouldn't have a good time with that.
14.
Okay. As you're making your way to the gates, one of the guards goes, hey, to another guard, hey. And he just sort of gestures over to the group. Both guards grab for their swords and start walking towards you.
Okay.
Hold on.
No, Sarquin.
Two from the
Sarquin,
west.
do you
two from
trust
the
me?
east.
Yes,
As
I
they're
trust you.
Do you trust me, Sarquin?
I
You
trust you.
In the cloak.
Hold on to me and trust me.
Okay, I hold on to him and trust him.
Alright, I cast Dimension Door, and I teleport 400 feet in front of us.
That would be outside of the city, so...
Yeah.
So you hold on. Just out of nowhere, in the middle of this town, just... Woof, Dimension Door out. You both pop up outside of the town, leaving your party in the middle of the city.
We never said we were nice guys.
Yeah, you're like 300 feet out
I was
from the
about to
gates.
get fined for indecent exposure. Come on.
You don't know what they do here to people, but
I wasn't about to be put in the stocks. Are you kidding me?
but at that moment, the guards, they were like, "Oh, hey, where'd he go?" He was like, "Check the gates, check outside." You see guards start to look around. 1d20 plus
Let's hide.
2.
Sarquin, hide.
Slash.
I hide.
20.
I rush to the wood
Plus
line and
2.
go deep and then hide.
Both of you make hide checks. Plus 2.
I think I'm pretty good at hiding. How are you at hiding?
Come on, they're halflings. We can take.
You can take them.
Two.
They're halfling.
Oh, okay. Slash roll.
Actually, not amazing.
Let's roll 1d20.
I'm glad we didn't flash our
Plus
symbol of the game.
2. There were 4 guards there. Okay.
I can moon anyone I want. I'm from the king.
I don't really. Sarquin, make a hide check.
Alright. Oh, this is the best.
Oh my goodness.
I really hope I didn't waste that teleport for them to find us.
So, one of the guards, the 3 of them, go, where, they're sort of looking through. One of them goes, there they are, as they all point towards your direction. They all have eyes on you, crossbows pointed at you, as they say, "Hey, stand down, stand down."
I go, okay,
one of them
what's
fires-
the penalty for mooning some asshole in your city?
One of them goes, "Hey."
He doesn't know.
I go, look, I'll give you guys, since you guys don't know, and it is literally such a low crime, I will give you 100 gold to pay a fine for indecent exposure, or like just mooning some papa's asshole on the street. 100 gold, like right now.
And he says,
And fine me.
"Come into the city then."
Oh gosh, coming into the city, man. Can't I just give it to you out here?
No, it's not the way things work. Come on, come into the city.
Can I?
But I have a date with a dragon.
You probably should have thought about that before you.
Do you want me to
expose
try one
yourself.
more? Do you want me to try one more thing?
Sure.
He
Sarquin?
goes, one of them says, "Oi, if you don't stop moving in 10 seconds, we're gonna start firing on you." Come on.
I cast suggestion.
At who? There's 4 guards there.
The main guy who looks like he's in charge.
Okay, so you're gonna cast suggestion on him. What's
Oh
the
God.
what's the save for that?
This is gonna be fun. Will save.
save,
It
okay.
is. Let's look at this. I
Will
need
save
now.
is
I gotta
eight,
do
I
my. I just tried to spell everything.
Okay, he rolled. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I rolled on my die. Not joking. He rolled a natural 20.
Well, he obviously beat it.
Yeah,
That
he
doesn't
goes.
work.
He goes. Ah, now try to use magic on us. Get in now.
What are you talking about?
I don't know
I didn't
magic.
use magic.
Don't try that with me. Come on.
I didn't use magic.
Make a bluff
I don't
check.
know magic.
Make a bluff
I
check.
did not use magic.
I don't
Yeah.
know magic.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so.
And I didn't use magic. You saw my hands. You saw my lips. They didn't move at all. I couldn't have cast an incantation.
Or
There's 4 of them up there, so they're each gonna do it.
oh crap!
16.
Don't beat a 22. Don't beat a 22. Don't beat a 20. Ooh, that was so.
One.
That was so close.
Okay, they're all like. One of them's like, I don't know if I believe him. The other one's like, just get in.
and one of them's just like, I believe him.
Yeah, one of them's just like, I don't think he did it. The main one's like,
And
main one says,
I go,
get in
fine.
now.
I look at Onabok and I go, okay. So should we book it to the dragon or should we go in?
Mind you, all your party is
you want me to-
still in there.
Well, they're not a part of this though. I don't think they'd be arrested.
Well, they were there with you.
Fine.
Do you want me to
Go.
cast darkness?
Oh my gosh.
No.
Another one says,
Okay.
if you don't stop moving in 5 seconds, we're firing on you right now. One.
I'm gonna go. Hey, da, 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 and I'm gonna start walking forward. And I'm
Okay.
gonna go. Okay, so no offense. I don't want like my blade getting lost. We have a party in there, like that we left behind. So when we get in there, I'm gonna give them my blade and my shield. Is that cool?
The guard
Cool?
says, yes, just get in.
Okay, sure. And then I follow, and then the entire time I'm gonna be like, oh, have you guys ever heard of Tom? He's like this amazing guard.
Oh my gosh.
Down a dragon with a spoon.
Make
Bluff
a bluff
check.
My gosh.
No, you should have said he's my friend.
21.
Since there's 4 of them.
Oh my gosh, they're not gonna beat it.
Nope.
Yes!
They're all like, oh my gosh, that is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I know.
And then as you
He's an inspiration to like us all.
okay, as you walk in, the guards are basically all surrounding your party. They couldn't have left anyways.
I'm gonna go up to the guards and kind of like try to squeeze through them, and then I'm gonna like take off my sword. I'm gonna hand it to Victoria and go, "It's gonna be okay." And I'm gonna hand her my shield, and I'm gonna hand her I'm gonna hand her 3 daggers. Hold on,
Basically all your weapons.
Hand her my sword, my shield, 3 daggers, a bear trap.
Everything.
I'm gonna get out the giant spider egg and hand it to her.
Okay.
I'm gonna give her my
Everything of importance. Okay, gotcha. Nice. Okay.
I want to also give her the wooden stake.
Okay. You just hand it over.
It's gonna. I want it to be like a minute of me taking out different weapons and handing them to
it's
her.
basically it's a minute, just like, and here, don't forget this one. This.
I like to imagine they're all like surrounding us, like he had that many weapons.
Exactly. After a while, the first halfling guard that basically saw you with this indecent exposure was like, "Hey, this could have been over so much earlier if you just stopped when I."
Well, I didn't think it would have been that big of a deal. I was just mooning a pompous prick. I mean, okay, I don't expect it to be that much. I'll pay the fine or whatever. I mean.
Well,
sure.
That was first the fine for that, but then you just
I know,
didn't
and there's
cooperate
gonna
with the guards. You
there's
tried
gonna
to run away from the guards. There's a lot of stuff on you right now.
Hey, that's also going to be other fines. I'm sure we can pay those too.
Actually, as I recall it, we hit some sort of magical anomaly and we teleported 300 feet.
That is true.
Make
that
a
is true.
bluff check.
With advantage because
Nope.
I'm helping you.
No.
Nope, not for this one.
15. Damn it, they have to beat a 15.
Do they have to? Oh,
You have
that's
to beat
right.
a
Yeah.
15.
One crit missed, and that one's trying to convince everyone else.
Yeah,
that it's true.
He rolled a 1 though, so
Yeah.
he's trying to convince.
The halfling right there is like, oh, that. I mean, I don't know too much about magic. I mean, this makes sense.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, are the others going to be at disadvantage because one of them is telling them that it makes sense?
Basically.
Yeah,
that's
nice.
a 7. That's a 3. That's a 3. It's a 2. That's a 17 and a 19. One of them has a 17. One of them's like, no, this can't be right. But like, it's drowning him out.
Question. Do I get an advantage on this because they don't believe I can do magic?
You know what? Yeah, go ahead and roll another time.
Come on.
Goodness.
Because I remember they all didn't believe I could do magic from that last time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is.
No.
No.
It's
Okay.
15.
So one of them is adamant that you don't know magic. The other one's like, no, I don't believe that. They're arguing amongst themselves. And then
I go. Shouldn't you guys take a vote?
One of them in the middle is just like, okay, come on. Wait. Let's just make them pay the fine and just get it over with. And everyone else is like, fine. So they talk to themselves. They're just like, so indecent exposure, running from guards, not
But we
cooperating.
didn't run.
The halfling goes, you ran from me very beginning.
Oh, well.
You can't deny that. Then the other one goes, not complying fast enough. That's another one.
Not complying fast enough.
There's a fee for that.
Okay,
There's a fee for
apparently.
that. They go, how much would that add up to? You see one of them like pull out a piece of paper and start going through, flipping pages. He goes, seems about
To say something ridiculous.
for this one, he goes, seems to be running about 35 gold altogether.
Oh, okay. I go up to the guy and hand him 35 gold.
He takes it and goes, right, your debt's been paid. Now, Don't do anything like that again.
Okay.
Then
Indecent exposure definitely won't be on my agenda.
Okay.
No, if I was shirtless, does that count as indecent?
Not necessarily.
Okay, so if someone was like completely naked running down the street, but they were like gashed and clawed up, would that count as indecent exposure? Like if they were running for their lives from something?
No. It's
Okay.
it's you know what it means. Go,
Okay.
leave.
Alright, we're getting out of
Okay,
there.
you
Let's
leave.
not screw it anymore.
Yeah, you leave.
Okay.
You leave the city. As you leave the city, the guards are still arguing with each other whether you know magic or not.
That's hilarious.
You're just like,
And then-
he doesn't know it, I swear. The other one's like, no, come on, he was totally lying. We could have gotten him for another thing right there.
and then
They're just bickering.
and then one of them chimes in, "Did you hear about Tom?"
Exactly. And then one was like, oh, you know, I did it. What did he do? You're spreading that thing everywhere.
He killed a giant with a knife, a dragon with a spoon.
Oh my gosh.
All on his day off.
This is all getting back to Tom, and he's gonna be like a god in the people's eyes, and he's gonna hate it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Let's get out of this
this is-
accursed city.
This is so crazy because Tom is now popular in Grey Rock, in Spellburn.
And the plane.
You talked to him. You talked about him in, I believe, every city you were in Silverwell too,
That's from across the continent.
and now in New Hedge. My goodness.
I like to think that all of the Kingdom of Greyrock is now like whispering about Tom, and it's getting back to the king.
Oh,
that man, this guy killed a giant with a knife, and he's gonna get promoted to like personal guard or something.
Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. Okay, so you, after that fiasco that happened, oh gosh, you leave the city of a New Hedge, leaving the merchant city behind. A little bit on the edge of if they like you or not. Even with what Atzael told them that you were all right.
Oh yeah, didn't he say not to get in trouble?
He did.
We totally got in trouble. Not only did we get in trouble, but that was after there was like a bunch of bodies found.
Yeah, that was just yeah.
Let's
We
not make
can't
him
go back
again.
to this town. We can't go back to this town.
We'll
Oh
go
my
around.
goodness. This is just, it went downhill so fast.
And the weird thing is, we're not even the murder hobos.
Not really. Oh gosh. So you leave New Hedge, headed towards near Hearthfire or Maryville area.
We're going around that. We're going straight to the dragon.
Nath obviously chimes in, is like, no, we're going to Hearthfire first. There's the temple of AMA there. I
Okay,
wanna
then you can
there.
go yourself.
He's like, we have to stick to a group, and you'll be arguing back
Fine.
and forth.
Arian, Evan.
Well, no, I'm not gonna say who goes where or whatever. This is if he comes back and wants to, like, yeah. But
Okay.
during, like, while you're traveling, it's basically, he mentions it a couple times, and yeah, so you would, go for the rest of the day away from New Hedge as far as you can get, set up camp, and then spend the night, and then that's where we're gonna end it, because my battery is really low, and it's
Man. That was a fun session.
oh my goodness, that was just
that's funny.
craziness.
Are you a woman? Are you a god? Am I a god?
Oh gosh, yeah, that was
I have a stark belief that either that guy's like a level 20 something, or he's a demigod, or he's a god.
Tell us, DM.
and give away my secrets. What? No,
Well, and
Hey, you already gave me spoilers before. This shouldn't be anything new to you.
that wasn't a spoiler, because you two were literally the one that was like, oh yeah, we're totally gonna wage war on the wilds. It's like gonna be like a completely epic thing that we're gonna do.
Just the wilds? Have you forgotten that
Well,
we're
and the
gonna wage
plains
war?
too. It's just the wilds downwards.
Yeah, and then we're
Alright.
gonna capture, and then we're gonna go, like, after we get the plains, we're gonna go and we're gonna get the um, islands behind it. And
Gonna
it's
get
just
the
gonna
ice
be
sheet.
it's gonna be the half dragon king with his lich
Oh my goodness.
court wizard.
Oh
The
gosh.
Lich Court Wizard.
Oh my
And then
goodness.
Naf is gonna hate us. It's gonna be like us versus Naf at some point.
Oh man. But yeah, that was very interesting and fun and funny.
Did you like how I proposed to my girlfriend?
That was good, yeah. Just like, oh hey, you have something right here. Oh wait, what? This is a stupid
Oh,
way,
wait,
isn't it?
Yeah.
This is a stupid way to propose, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, he bought it and he was thinking of like a really romantic way, but then couldn't think of one, so he was like, "I'll do something random like I always do."
Of course.
I'll do something the opposite of romantic.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so
Well,
now
hey, I
you
made her
have
laugh.
you did. Right, so you now have a better idea about what you're gonna do.
And
Metallic
we're
Dragon.
gonna avoid.
You want to go to the Metallic Dragon, obviously. That's like priority number 1 on Sarquin's list.
Yes.
You have the vampire who's around the area somewhere. You have Hearthfire with the Temple of AMA and all that. And you have Richard Roche's mission that you're going on for money. And all
Yeah, how I thought we were gonna do that, then we're gonna go to the
Yeah.
thing of AMA. No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna go to the Metallic Dragon, then we're gonna go to the city of AMA, then we're gonna do Richard Rosa's thing, go back to get money, then we're gonna go into the wilds.
There's too many
goodness.
plans.
There's too many plans. And this is still just half the thing. You haven't even touched anywhere else.
Sarquin's touched Satoria.
Oh.
I had. Hey, you can always cut this part out.
No.
No.
I meant go to the other cities. My goodness.
Oh, man, why would we need to go to those places? After the Metallic Dragon and Richard Rostow stuff, we're going to Voria so I can get my enchantment.
Oh goodness. Yeah. Okay.
And then even before that, I'm going to get Kep's family to make me breastplate armor and a halberd.
Do you not have those?
No.
Oh.
I have scale mail and...
And a longsword, I think.
Yeah, those.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have a higher AC than you then.
what do you have?
I have an 18 right now.
Oh, geez. I have 21.
Oh,
Congratulations.
never mind.
Well,
Just kidding.
Yeah,
Well, that's
Bye.
with everything,
that's with my
though.
shield. That's with my shield. And then it'll go up to a 23
Well, we're putting you in the front.
with my shield. Yeah, I'm the tank.
Hey, as we've seen, some monsters can do crazy amounts of
Hey, that's
hit
because
high
we went.
ACs.
That's because we decided to go to the boss monster,
Well, that was your choice.
and there was only 4 of us.
Yeah. Okay, but seriously, I need to get off my. It's getting really low.
Okay.
8%.
I have to go too.
Yeah.
I will see you both soon enough.
Oh, hopefully.
Oh. Yeah.
No, yes, absolutely.
See you guys.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
All right. Bye. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.